everyone, my name is Chris and I decided to spend next 10 hours sitting in a support queue so I can play one of the best DPS characters of Season 6, Illari. Let's get started. I decided not to be an idiot this time, and instead of jumping right into the ranked, I started browsing YouTube for guides, VOD reviews, and pretty much every piece of information that I can find that will drastically improve my level of play and understanding of Illari right from the start. And after watching and reading quite a lot of material, there is only one video that I found particularly useful. It's called The Best Illari Guide, Advanced Tips, Tricks and More by Spilo. Holy! This video completely changed the way I look at the character, and instead of running it down main with my tank, I decided to flank a lot more, I decided to be a lot more self-sufficient. We'll talk about it in later hours. This first fight shows the power of the support in Season 6. Here we are helping our Doomfist a little bit, and I've noticed that this poke damage that you get is so beneficial for dive tanks. Do you guys also have the feeling that Illari gets her ultimate super fast? Not only that, but it's incredibly easy to use, and if your team can follow it up, it's gonna be a guaranteed teamfight win. I wasn't doing much on the second point of Nepal due to the fact that they just could not get out of the room. And just like that, under immense amount of pressure, our opponents decided to give up. Sometimes all it takes is a little crack in their mental well-being. Not many people understand this, but Illari is single-handedly the biggest reason why dive is no longer an option in the current state of the game. Winston Tracer Sombra was my personal favorite and one of the strongest meta compositions throughout Season 4 and 5, but when they added Illari to the ranked, I quickly realized that Tracer is no longer an option because she's so afraid to get 2-tapped by this humongous DPS on a support role. Sombra is also a joke, as you need the dive tank to dive with, but Winston is getting countered by Bastion and Reaper, and then Doomfist is not kinda suited for it, and then if you're just playing Sombra, you're gonna get killed really easily. Uncle Ben said, with great power comes great responsibility. You forgot to mention the fact that you can also swag on noobs by 2-tapping them in the head. Overall, by the end of hour 3, I feel so much more confident in my ability to destroy the backline, in my ability to distract, and in my ability to cause chaos on the battlefield. You know what? Forget about everything I told you about ultimate. It's very, very difficult to use and it can get cancelled by so many things. And you know, sometimes you wanna cuddle in a warm blanket and drink some hot chocolate, but you are forced to suffer in Overwatch. I think it's time for a little comeback, shall we? And you know, sometimes I feel like I wanted to queue for support, but game decided to put me on a DPS role for some reason, and I actually don't know why. And this is how you get the play of the game. We ended up winning this game after I pulled this beautiful clutch. And these are my support stats. Hour 5 mark made me realize that you would have games where you don't feel like playing. You would have games where competition is gonna be on a whole another level, and it is absolutely fine. And in the long-term scenario, you will gonna get out of this situation like a winner, or you will quit. Regardless, the outcome is gonna be great. The fact that sometimes you will run into smurfs and you will never be able to win them is just the test of your endurance. It is universe trying to tell you and trying to ask you, are you good enough? Are you strong enough to continue doing what you're doing, or you will just give up? Good. Give me more smurfs in my games. Give me more hardships and struggle. I love it. It's interesting how when you're playing a support character, you are absolutely not afraid of certain 1 versus 1s. There are quite a few characters that can reliably kill you in a 1 versus 1 scenario, and you are really afraid of them. And even then, you have a jail-free card with your pylon, you have a jail-free card with your boop, whatever it's called, and then you can always 2-tap, 3-tap them if you are wild enough. Pair it up with your insane burst healing and ability to peel for your backline, and you have an absolute nightmare to play against. It's interesting how in the current standards you are expected sometimes to have more damage than some of your DPS characters if you want to reliably win games. Like if you have a Tracer in your team, the fact that you have lower damage than Tracer means that you are a horrible Illari player. Funny times we are living in. Oh, and by the way, I forgot that you also need to heal, which is very funny. Nice job. Hour 7 mark, and gods decided to bless me with one of my fastest and most satisfying games on Illari that I have ever played. This is a new Queen Street, and the game took 3 minutes. Just let that sink in. I'm waiting for the game for 15 minutes to play a 3-minute game, and then you get the most toxic and then crybaby-ish Tracer player, and you're like, beautiful, man. It feels like the universe is trying to keep everything balanced, and after the set of easy games and climbing higher and higher and higher, you get games like this, Hour 8 mark, King's Row, and I'm sweating my everything off in order to win this game. It was super duper challenging, and both teams were pretty equal. At this point, I'm feeling super confident, and my mechanical skill is very much up to date with the quality of lobbies that I am getting. I am constantly rolling everyone that's overcommitting. I'm constantly rolling everyone that's trying to 1 versus 1 in a very disadvantageous position, and goddamn, is it satisfying to do so. And this is gonna be the last fight of today's map. This is where the winner is gonna be decided. We are going for Nano Illari ultimate. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to capitalize on that. Very unlucky. I'm not sure if I told you before, but I absolutely love Doomfist players, and Hour 9 really showed the beauty of this character. The fact that he slaps me against the wall, there is something interesting in it, you know, that like this excuse me, this was this wasn't me, demons inside of me were talking, because this character is something else. It's either the geometry of the map or the fact that I'm just dumb made me die 5 times in a row from this person, and we lost the point because of that. Very, very annoying. And I think the second point is the perfect opportunity for us to bring back the domination that we once lost. And I'm just on my villain arc, completely devouring this tank alive with every single resource that I have on my hands. Every single bullet goes straight to this person's head because of how tilted and angry I am at him. Holy. And by the way, my ultimate got eaten by Diva, eaten by Sigma, Arisa blocked it with her spin. What else was there? It got cancelled mid-air by Doomfist, it got cleansed, and then people just out-healed it. Beautiful, beautiful. Last and final hour of the challenge, and it's time to give you my thoughts and ideas. I feel like Illari is an exceptional character. I was able to play about 40 games in that short period of time, and my win rate was about 65%, which is absolutely incredible. For the reference, my Ana win rate is about 50%, and well, this character is not looking great in the current state of the game. Illari, on the other hand, is feeling absolutely amazing. You can enable your team, you can help your DPS and soften up enemy squishes, you can be a DPS yourself if your teammates are not carrying or cooking for some reason, and overall this character is very skill-based and I absolutely love it. There are elements of flicking, there are elements of mind games, especially when you're using your ultimate, and you have to be really good in terms of your positioning if you want to have success on a character. So anyways, thank you very much for watching the video. Hopefully it was somewhat educational and useful for you. Let me know in the comments what character you would want to see next. See you in the next one. Take care.